Hello students, grade 7 students. Congratulations, we are finally done with our kingdom classification. It was a huge broad lesson which had 5 kingdoms, but then now we know each and every organism that falls in under which kingdom, right? Except virus. There's only one student, I forgot the name, and I had asked you people to find out which kingdom does virus belong, but then virus doesn't have any kingdom because it has got uh, unique characteristics which do not fall under any of these kind of kingdoms. It is kind of controversial, okay, because it is dormant and it is able to become active in favorable conditions. Half of it is living, half is non-living, so it makes it exclusive. Fine, but that is also a case of problem for us. Fine then, but let us move on to our next lesson, that is human body. Fortunately for now we are just having excretory system. By the time you come in 8th standard we are going to have other important systems, but for now we are going to have excretory system. So what are we going to learn in this lesson? We are going to know and try and understand the term excretion first. Then we are going to learn things about which organs are there in the excretory system, and also what are their structures, where is the location, and what is the function. Next is we are supposed to know and understand the common disorders of excretory system, okay, like diseases or whatever. The excretory organs, if they do not function properly, which difficulties do we face. So to begin with, excretion in human beings. Waste is created during various metabolic processes, and this waste it has to be, or these wastes become toxic after some time. First thing, what is metabolic processes? Metabolic processes is anything that gets broken down into finer things, okay. For example, digestion, yeah, for or there is some kind of a exchange of gases during respiration or breathing, you can say. Any activity that happens within our body is a metabolic process, because it is further leading to some or the other process, okay. All of the processes, all of the systems, all of the organs are interlinked. So mainly digestion, respiration, the heartbeats, everything requires some kind of energy, right? No. So during this kind of metabolic processes, waste is also produced, okay. Now this waste is supposed to be removed, obviously, after some time, otherwise it will start damaging our organs. Similar to what we see around us, right? We are not going to keep the waste inside the dustbin in our kitchen for a long time. It will start decaying and it will start giving out foul odor and spread diseases, obviously. Then what is inside the body, much more is required to be given out as soon as possible. So body is smart enough to handle it, in which ways it is to be thrown out of the body now. So excretion, what does excretion? It is the process by which the metabolic wastes are removed from the body of an organism. Simple. The process by which metabolic wastes are removed from the body of an organism. Now we are going to study which are the products and which organs which organs are removing these products, waste products, I mean to say, okay, waste materials. I am again repeating, we are going to study both the things together. We are going to study what are the waste, okay, and then which excretory organs are responsible to remove that waste. So to begin with, we have got lungs. Now you will say, what can lungs excrete? Okay, yeah, lungs are excreting. For example, it is a part of respiration actually. We are going to take oxygen because it is useful, right? Because it is helping to the food to get broken down. But later on, when CO2 is released after the process, okay, then the CO2 is supposed to be after the respiration process, I meant to say, okay. CO2 is supposed to be given out, right? Otherwise it will start getting converted into monoxides and all, which is going to be poisonous for our body. So lungs is going to do this job for us. You very well know that, right? No, at least we have studied this during the breathing process. What is exhaled and what is inhaled? So CO2 is exhaled. Here there is the alveolus. The alveolus is the actual place where the exchange of CO2 and O2 happens. Okay. So just give you an idea that lungs is giving out CO2. CO2 is exhaled because CO2 is a waste material. Only O2 is useful for us. Other gases are supposed to be given out. Along with CO2 or carbon dioxide, maybe there are few other gases which may have entered will also be thrown out. Okay, then skin. Skin, you will say what is excreted out. Okay, there are two things given out from the skin. It has sweat and oil glands. So obviously sweat is given out and a certain kind of oil, you can say, is given out. Sweat glands are there beneath the skin. See, you can see hair-like structure, small hair extensions coming from the skin. Just below, there are different layers of the skin basically. So if you study the layers of the skin, you will see there are some glands present. So there are some pouch-like structures which are these glands, and they secrete something. So sweat glands are going to secrete sweat. I know. So and they are going to, it is not only, what is a sweat then? It is going to be a mixture of water majorly, also some sodium salts and nitrogenous waste like urea. So when this, this waste is produced in various organs, in various parts of our body, children, it also travels to the skin, and these are in extra amounts. These are not required by the body. You will say that why it is giving out sodium, why it is. So urea is something which is waste, okay, that is produced in the liver. So and finally carried to the kidney and then thrown out further. Sodium is also when these salts are in extra amounts, potassium, sodium or whatever it is, they are supposed to be thrown out. So through the sweat, majorly water is there, then some sodium salt and little amount of urea is thrown out. The other important function of sweating is it also maintains our body temperature, right? No? So when we do a lot of hard work, suppose you people are running around, your body heat increases, right? Yeah, because you are doing some heavy activity. And then when it produces sweat, okay, because of overheating of the body, then it will cool down. After some time, as soon as your body starts sweating, you will feel that your body has come down to a normal temperature. So sweating also has two things. It performs two things: giving away the waste material, also keeping our body temperature normal. Secondly, so it is given here that it is given out through the sweat pores. There are small pores on the skin. The sweat is given out through those small pores. Oil glands are also there, which produce a sebum. Okay, sebum is a fatty substance, and what is its function? Its function is to keep the skin moisture. You people must be applying some moisturizers, right? No, because in the winters and all it gets dried. So we are supposed to keep our skin moistured. Why? Actually, because there are certain bacteria which are helpful and which are supposed to be present. This moisture also, this kind of oily skin also protects the harmful UV rays to not penetrate into the skin. So we are not supposed to scrub our skin during bathing very harshly. That a little oily thing has to be there. Okay, yeah. Then kidneys. What do the kidneys excrete? Our body produces nitrogenous waste after the digestion process. Okay. Then what are the nitrogenous waste consisting of? It is going to consist of urea, which comes from the protein. When we have food, like cereals or like sprouts, they are all protein rich. So there will be, when it gets digested, its waste product is going to be formed in the form of urea, and there are other inorganic salts and water. So kidneys are going to, this nitrogenous waste consists of urea, inorganic salts and water. So you will say, what are inorganic and organic? What is this? So just to give you an idea, I have typed here, molecules associated with living organisms are organic, and inorganic include salts, metals, substances made from single element or other compounds rather. So that is a major difference between organic and inorganic, to just give you an idea. So we have nitrogenous waste that consists of which all things? Urea, that is coming from the proteins, and it also consists of inorganic salts and water. This is the nitrogenous waste. So kidneys are going to give out this nitrogenous waste. You can see this is, so kidneys help to maintain also maintain balance between salt and water content in the body. This process is called osmoregulation. Okay, if there is an extra salt, kidneys, what do the kidneys do? Basically, furthermore, you can see these two kidneys. Then there are two tube-like structures which are going to form the urine. Through the urine, all these things, urea and nitrogenous other salts and everything is going to be thrown out. So your urine is consisting of mainly urea and other nitrogenous products. But along with that throwing out thing, no, it is also helping to maintain that water content. Extra water given out through urine, extra salts given out through urine. Understand? And this process is called as osmoregulation, water regulation within our body by the kidneys. Understood? Next is liver, a very, very important part of the body. It will produce urea from, it should be from, okay, from the amino acid that comes from the proteins again. So by now you know that urea within the body, when it is formed, it is coming basically from proteins. It is a byproduct of protein, end product you can say, because of, see, proteins when we eat, it will get digested in the small intestine, then the waste will go into the large intestine, right? No? Yes. And during digestion in the stomach itself, there will be some protein through the small intestine, it will go to the other body parts to function. So when it goes to the it comes in the small intestine, only the useful things are absorbed and the waste will be excreted, it will be given out. So certain things are carried to the liver for this process. Okay, so this urea is brought to kidneys and thrown out by urine. See here they are telling. So from the stomach you can say the urea is brought to the kidneys, fine, and then thrown out by the urine, through the urine. Bile pigments, which is formed due to breakdown of the worn out RBCs, are removed from feces. Liver is doing two things. It is going to remove the urea from the liver. The urea will be transported to the kidneys. Okay, and then kidneys is going to throw out from your those things, urea from your body by the in the form of urine. Okay. Bile pigment, there is one more material that is thrown out. There is these, there is something called as the bile pigment, which is formed due to the breakdown of worn out RBCs. जो हमारे खून में there are three things, right? No, RBCs, WBCs, platelets. When the RBCs are dead, when they are done with their lifespan, they are you can say they die over there in the liver. So they give some produce this bile pigment. Okay, and that is also. These worn out RBCs are also, bile pigment is very useful for us, okay, for the digestion process. So these worn out RBCs will be thrown out with the help of feces. Feces is what? Through the anus, finally with the help of roughage and water, whatever is thrown out, those are the feces, defecation, what is we call as, right? No? Yes, the solid waste that is thrown out through the body. So those are the feces. So RBCs are going to be thrown out, dead RBCs rather, are going to be thrown out from the body through the feces. That is what the liver does. So, and there is one link, I want you to go through this link. It covers a very proper explanation of what excretory system is. So please go through this. It not only covers what is taught today but the entire lesson. Once you understand the entire lesson at a stretch, as we are going to cover it part by part, you will be able to understand it very properly. So please go through this web link. Okay, it's a ready-made video. Go through this and go through this whatever I have shown you right now. So for today it is much done. We have studied what are the excretory products and which organs are helping these products to excrete them out from the body. Another name for excretory system is urinary system, because mainly it is a urine that we are studying. What is our urine throwing out? Apart from that, we saw there are these organs like skin, lungs, right? No, skin and lungs and liver. These are the other organs which are also playing a role in throwing excretory things. Fine, that is why it is not exclusively urinary system. We are not calling, we are calling excretory system because liver, lungs and skin are also associated. It is just not that kidneys are giving out the urine. There is liver giving out the what do you say, worn out RBCs and also the nitrogenous waste. Fine. So let us stop here. You all have a good day. Please solve the assignment. Start going through the notes, give the test, and have a very fantastic day ahead.